Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to St. Francis High School Higgins Field. Better late than never here on the KMVT broadcast, as we sincerely apologize. Had a little bit of technical difficulties in that first inning. We missed the Bellarmine first inning. We apologize for that, but it did start to rain a little bit about 20 minutes before the broadcast started, and a little bit of our equipment got wet, so we apologize for that. But we are underway. It is 1-0 Bellarmine. The Bells took the lead in the first inning off of Danny Descalso, as the second hitter of the game, Cameron Cole, went opposite field over the right field fence for a solo home run. Descalso then went on to walk the next batter and struck out the final two to retire the side. So it is 1-0 Bells as Kyle Spraker steps in, and he is quickly behind 0-2. It is 1-2 now to Spraker. The Lancers will face Juan Gamboa for the Bells. Gamboa, number 4, stands 5'8", 155 pounds, off the end of the bat, tap foul. Still 1-2 to Spraker. Gamboa on the season is 2-0, has a 1.83 earned run average, 4 earned runs in 15 innings. He has struck out 8 batters in those 15 innings. So 1-2 to Spraker. Gamboa gets the sign from his catcher, and the pitch on the way. That one is lined into right center field and will fall in for a base hit. So Spraker gets the Lancers started nicely in their half of the first inning, as Kyle adds to his .277 average with a leadoff base hit into right center field. Quickly the lineup for St. Francis. Danny Descalso will hit now, batting second. Josh Lansford hits third. Lawrence Ing hits fourth. Jonathan Lieberman fifth. Dan Hernandez hits sixth. Matt Long is seventh. Ryan Lee eighth, and Steve Shields, the catcher, hits ninth. So Descalso steps in off of his foot foul. 0-1 to Descalso. Danny throws right, bats left. Danny on the season hitting .404. Has 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Just underway here, bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Bellarmine. As I mentioned, they took the lead on the solo home run by Cameron Cole in the first inning. Pitch to Descalso, grounded towards short and through into left field, a base hit, as they had Descalso played over towards second. On his way to third is Spraker. The throw is perfect, and he is gunned at third. Spraker took a chance trying to stretch the base hit by Descalso and make it to third base, but he was toast, and it was a good throw. Chris Bradford doesn't like the call. But Spraker is done. It's a close play at third base, as it got past the shortstop, who was in double play depth. Here's the play. Ooh, that is awful close, and I think Chris Bradford might have a beef. So Spraker breaks the cardinal rule, making the first out at third, but that can be debated, as now Josh Lansford steps in. Lansford on the season hitting .486, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. He has 17 hits and 35 at-bats this year. Pitch misses away to Lansford. So a good throw by Eric Thames in left. As Thames put it right on the money, still a little bit behind, but it was close enough. Descalso now at first. That one's on the inside corner to Lansford. So Gamboa has given up 2 hard hit balls and is lucky to have an out in this situation. Descalso leads off of first. Pitch to Lansford. Ooh. Hung a slider on the inside portion of the plate, and I think Josh might want that one back, as that one was in the happy zone. Just fouled it off. 1-2 to Lansford. Descalso gets his lead. He's going. Pitch is high. The throw to second base is in time. The tag is applied, and Descalso is out at second base. Descalso doesn't think he was tagged. It was close. But the Lancers get 2 hits to start the inning and then run themselves into 2 outs. Take a look at the replay. And it looked like he might have got him on that left arm. So 2 away, 2-2 to Lansford. That one's lifted into shallow right field. In comes the right fielder, Clancy. He parks underneath it and makes a catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be back. Top of the second inning, about ready to get underway, as leading off for the Bells will be Robbie Setnich. I'm going to go through the Bellarmine starting lineup. Since we missed him in the first half, Eric Thames led off. He flew out. Cameron Cole, I mentioned, hit the solo home run. Kevin Smith hits third. Ryan Clancy fourth. Brian Chase hits fifth. Robbie Setnich, who is up now, who took a strike, hits sixth. David Abraham seventh. Mike Bennett hits eighth. And Michael Glomb hits ninth for the Bells. A 1 by Descalso was a little low. One and one. Curveball catches the outside corner. 1-2 now to the third baseman, Setnich. Robbie stands 5'7", 175 pounds, as he foul tips it into the glove of Steve Shields. So 3 strikeouts in a row now for Descalso. That'll bring up David Abraham. David, the second baseman. David, only a sophomore, hit from the left side of the plate. Descalso misses away to Abraham. David on the season is hitting .250. Pitch is grounded through into right field, a base hit. A good effort by Jack Morecci at second, but it got past his outstretched glove. So the second hit of the game for the Bells puts a runner at first with 1 out. That'll bring up Mike Bennett, Mike the catcher for Bellarmine. Bennett on the season hitting .241. So not a very stellar offensive average-wise team for the Bells, as they come into this game with a record of 8-5-1 overall. So a good season, but by Bellarmine standards, probably not as good as it could be. Or for Gary Cunningham, as it should be. Gary, the longtime coach of the Bellarmine Bells. Pitch by Descalso is fouled away. Good contact with the parked car. Parked in the red zone, so they deserved it. Yeah, I said it. One and one to Bennett as Abraham gets his lead off of first. Curveball catches the outside corner. It's 1-2. Take a look at Gary Cunningham in his 16th season as head coach for the Bellarmine Bells. You'll see him do some odd things, but as they got Abraham picked clean at first, Lieberman running him down, and dishes it off to the shortstop Spraker, who makes the tag, as Abraham was definitely moving on the play. And by the time he realized the throw was coming to first, it was too late. So the putout goes 1-3-6 on the pickoff to get Abraham, and there's quickly now 2 away. And a 1-2 count on Bennett. Fastball fouled out of play. I would have caught it. Chris Filio, sitting to my right, jumped into my lap.
I went for it with the right hand. See that?
Very disappointed in you.
Why you have to name names now?
Yeah, I named names. 1-2 still to Bennett. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3, and Descalso gives up the hit but looks impressive in inning number 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0 Bellarmine. Bottom of the second inning, about ready to get underway as Juan Gamboa back out for his second inning of work. He'll face Lawrence Ing to lead things off for the Lancers. Lawrence, 314 on the season. First pitch curveball is in for a strike. Ing, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. Also tied for the lead in strikeouts with 10. Curveball. Oh, I guess it hit him in the foot. I don't think the home plate umpire, saw that. But when Ing ran to first, Gary Cunningham now talking to the home plate umpire about Ing's willingness to get hit. He'll take a look at the replay. I just kind of wore it off the foot, no big deal. He'll take a jog down to first, so. Ing on for the first time today. Second man in as many innings to lead off and get on base for St. Francis. So 3 of the first 4 batters for St. Francis have gotten on. And so far they've gone in order.
Go, John.
Thanks to a couple of base running errors. I don't know if you call it caught stealing an error, but it definitely ran into an out there. 1-0 to Jonathan Lieberman. Lieberman, the big first baseman for St. Francis, as Ing gets his lead. Curveball lined into center field. That's a base hit. As Lieberman, and they've got Ing rounding second base, and he is out. So base running again, a problem for St. Francis. A hit for Lieberman. He is at first, but we'll take a look at the replay as that ball was hit on the screws into center field. And Ing, a heads-up play by the center fielder for Bellarmine. That was Cameron Cole out there. And the second baseman for Bellarmine, Abraham, who snuck in behind. But Ing caught off of second base. Pitch to Danny Hernandez is outside for ball 1. Hernandez, the DH today, is hitting .355 on the season. St. Francis 13-3 overall this season. Curveball in there for strike 1, 1-1. A nice slide ball on the inside portion of the plate. Pickoff throw to first has Lieberman diving back in. Lieberman, 2 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught once. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2 now to Hernandez. Good crowd on hand, as there should be for a St. Francis Bellarmine game. Always entertaining, if nothing else. That one off the end of the bat towards short, through into left field, a base hit, as again the Lancers take advantage of the Bellarmine Bells playing an aggressive double play depth, as they had the shortstop swung way over towards second base as Michael Glom couldn't get to that ball that was hit hard. So a hit by pitch and 2 singles has runners on first and second for St. Francis. That'll bring up Matt Long. Matt, the center fielder for St. Francis. Gamboa checks the runner at second, and the pitch on the way to Long is high and outside for ball 1. One nothing Bells. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch, curveball hung and lifted in the left center field. Going back is the left fielder Thames, and it's over his head and it falls in. Lieberman had to hang out at second base just to make sure it wasn't going to be caught, but he was a little too close to the bag. As you can see, Chris Bradford kind of talking to him about it now. And it results in another base hit. It was a long base hit by Matt Long. As you'll see, Thames can't quite handle it there at the very end, and Lieberman just now entering the bottom of the screen as Gary Cunningham comes out and isn't really talking to Gamboa. He's kind of yelling at his left fielder Thames from the pitcher's mound, which is interesting. Gamboa kind of looking a little confused. I don't know if Gary might have called a play of some kind when he was out there. But nonetheless, the base is loaded for St. Francis. 3 hits in a row. That one probably could have and should have been caught in left field, but it goes down as a hit. And that'll bring up Ryan Lee. Ryan, the left fielder, has a chance to do some damage here for the Lancers. Curveball, that's hitting to right field. Should get the runner home. Tagging up is Lieberman. Here comes the throw. It's a beauty. And it bounces ever so slightly at the very end, and it allows Lieberman to scoot in and score. And it's 1-1. It was a very strong throw from the right fielder, Clancy. And I thought they were going to have Lieberman by a few steps, and if it just wouldn't have bounced there at the end, I think they would have. So it's 1-1 on the sac fly by Ryan Lee. He'll get credit for an RBI. And runners now at second and third. Swing and a miss by Shields. 0-1. So Hernandez went to third, and a heads-up play by Matt Long as he saw the throw go all the way to the plate and took off for second. Pitch to Shields. Swung on and missed. He pulled his shoulder out just a little bit at the end. Shields with a good swing. Just keeps that front shoulder in a little bit longer, and he pounds on that slider up in the zone. If anybody has watched Bellarmine play over the years, you've noticed that they do that every now and then, especially with an 0-2 count, is they'll set the catcher up almost completely in their left-hand batter's box, and they'll swing the outfield way over to the right. That one is poked into right field. Clancy coming over, but it's going to be the center fielder Cole underneath it to make the catch and retire the side, but not after St. Francis picks up a run on 3 hits. No errors. They'll strand 2 runners. We'll head to the third inning. It's 1-1 here at St. Francis. Top of the third inning as Michael Glom will lead things off for the Bells. First pitch to Glom is swung on and missed, strike 1. Glom, the shortstop. Staying 6 feet, 155 pounds. Not a very thick guy. That one misses the outside corner, 1-1. Glom, a senior. is hitting 185 on the season. 5 hits and 27 at-bats. 2-1 to Glom. Outfield straightaway, center fielder swung over a little bit towards right field. That one is towards the fence. Lieberman over there, and he caught it. I couldn't see it over there behind the dugout, but the ball's going around the infield and everybody's clapping, so I'm going to go with the fact that he caught it. It's my deductive skills showing through. 1 away, that'll bring up Eric Thames. Eric flew out to right in his first at-bat. Thames misplayed the fly ball in left field that resulted in Lieberman going to third and eventually scoring on the next sacrifice fly. Swing and a miss. A strong swing, a long swing, and caused him to not catch up to that one. 1-1 to Thames. That one's a little high as Thames gets down low in a crouch position in the left-handed batter's box. Not making it easy for Descalso. 2-1 pitch. Oof. Don't give him low, you don't give him high. Makes it difficult. As Chris Volta saying the exact same thing. Got to have one of those last two. 3-1. Walked him. And Thames, a speedy runner, will trot down to first. Second walk on the day for Descalso. Danny doesn't walk too many people, only 14 walks. Make it 15 walks in 33 innings, counting today. Thames gets his lead at first. Pitch to Cameron Cole, misses low and outside. Cameron hit a solo home run in the first inning over the right field fence. It was impressive because it didn't look like he got a great swing on it, but it just kept going and into the trees that line the outfield fence. Pitch is popped into center field, hit well, but playable for the center fielder Matt Long, and he puts it away and then throws into first base. So 2 away now as Cole hit that one well, but definitely playable to Long in center field. That'll bring up Kevin Smith. Kevin walked in the first inning. He was left there. So yet to record an at-bat. 2 away here in the third. Throw to first. Had Thames leaning a little bit, but he got back in easily. Another throw to first. Thames is back. There he goes. Pitch is high. The throw by Shields is on its way, but not in time as Thames stole it pretty easily. Shields got off a good throw. It was a good pitch to throw on, but Thames had a great jump at first. 1-0 to Smith. Runner in scoring position now for the Bells. Pitch by Descalso was poured in there for strike one. Smith is a big guy, so right around that knee area would be ideal. Smith stands 6 feet, 195. Curveball fouled out of play. One and two now to Smith. high fastball. Keeps Smith from diving out after that off-speed stuff. Good job by Shields to get a glove on it. 2-2, and now he's got him set up for that pitch he just threw on the outside corner of the plate. There it is, and he got him. Swing and a miss, and a good job of pitching by Danny Descalso. He got ahead in the count, and it allowed him to do whatever he wanted with Kevin Smith. Descalso's 5th K on the day. No runs or hits for the Bells. They leave a runner. We'll head to the home half of the 3rd inning. It is 1-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, about ready to get underway as top of the order for the Lancers, Kyle Spraker, Danny Descalso, and Josh Lansford to face Josh Gamboa. Spraker singled in the 1st inning, and he was thrown out at 3rd. 1-1 our score, as St. Francis has a run on 5 hits. They have left 2 runners. The Bells have a run on 2 hits. They have left 2 runners as well.
We got foul ball right here. Die? Yes. I'm reaching from the bench. Yeah, whatever.
One to Spraker. That's in there. 1-2.
Why catch it if you're not going to be able to keep it?
That one's grounded towards 3rd.
Beat out.
Throw across the diamond is high, but the tag is applied to Spraker. And a good play by the first baseman, Lieberman, as Robbie Setinich's throw was just a little bit high. It pulled Chase off the bag, but he was able to put the tag down on Spraker, and the out is recorded 5-3. That'll bring up Danny Descalso. Descalso is 1 for 1 as well. He was caught stealing in the 1st inning after reaching on a base hit. First pitch misses outside.
Who do you have?
1-0 pitch.
Oh, definitely.
2-0. Oh, correction. 1-1. And now Chris Volta not happy. He wasn't happy before, but now he's not happy. There's a difference, I promise. 1-1 pitch misses away. 2-1 to Descalso. One the score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning on a sometimes sunny, sometimes wet, sometimes windy day here at St. Francis. 3-1 now to Descalso. That one's in there. 3-2. Danny laying off the low inside pitch, which is usually the happy pitch for the lefties. Myself, a left-handed hitter, salivating for a second after that one. That one is fisted in the left field. Thames got a tough break on it, but he is able to recover in time to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd, and that'll bring up Lansford. Josh flew out to shallow right his first time up. Josh leads the team in RBIs with 22. He is 2nd on the team in home runs with 4 behind Danny Hernandez. And perhaps one of the more impressive, or definitely one of the more impressive stats about Lansford is 35 at-bats, 1 strikeout on the season. That one misses away. 2-0.
Bellarmine guy put one out there. Bellarmine guy put it up there.
And they're going to intentionally walk Lansford, I believe. So the Barry Bonds treatment for Josh Lansford as he gets the intentional walk with nobody on base and 2 out. And that'll bring up Lawrence Ing. Lawrence, the right fielder, was hit by a pitch in the second inning and then got caught taking a wide turn at second and was thrown out. Lansford gets his lead off of first. Curveball raked in the left field, a base hit past the diving Setnich as Ing picks up his first hit of the game. And now runners at first and second for St. Francis and 2 outs. That'll bring up Jonathan Lieberman. Jonathan today is 1 for 1. He has a single and has scored the only Lancer run as he scored on the sacrifice fly by Ryan Lee. Lansford at second. Ing is at first. Gamboa has been in trouble a couple times today. The first inning, the Lancers really got themselves in trouble on the bases and helped out in getting Gamboa out of that situation. And then in the second inning, he had the bases loaded. And second and third a couple times. Still only 1 run for St. Francis. One and 0 to Lieberman. That one is low and inside. 2-0. Dan Hernandez is on deck. And as I mentioned, Hernandez can swing it as well. Pickoff play to second. Lansford's back in easily. Two to Lieberman. Strike on the outside corner of the plate. And Lieberman asks for time. He steps out. Bottom of the third inning, it's 1-1 here at St. Francis. Casey McGuire joining you for KMVT. Thanks for joining us here for this WCAL contest. That one skips in. Blocked by the catcher for Bellarmine, Mike Bennett. I scrambled to get my lineup out here. So many things going on. Baseball is such a fast-paced game. It's difficult to keep up sometimes. Three 3-1 to Lieberman. Pickoff play to first. And that one's thrown out of play. Lansford is on his way to the plate, and he will score. So the attempt at trickery for the Bells again leads to a run for St. Francis. First time that's happened today, but believe me, it's happened before. And now they will intentionally walk Lieberman. So an error charged to, unfortunately, the pitcher, Gamboa, even though it was the first baseman who wasn't there really for the throw, as Chase was a little behind it. And it was thrown up the right field line as Chris Bradford likes what he just saw. If we can't score, let them score for us. Hernandez check swing. He did go around. It's 0-1. Pitch misses low and away. 1-1 now to Hernandez. Danny singled in the second inning. He was left stranded at third. Swing and a miss on the slider on the outside corner of the plate. Hernandez has not looked good on the first two sliders of this at bat.
Way out front, Danny. Way out front. Wait for it.
Gamboa looks in, 1-2 pitch on the way to Hernandez. Didn't get him to chase, and Ing will move up 90 feet as Lieberman was a little late in reacting, but he ended up getting down to second base. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Hernandez, and a base hit here would be big for the Lancers. Lieberman with decent speed at second base. Two. Just missed, and a good job by Hernandez. He looked bad on the first 2 pitches exactly like that earlier in the AB, and that time he laid off. Now 3-2.
Out there, here. Take it right in the middle, Dan. Keep your shoulder in. Doesn't that make you feel comfortable? You're hurling.
3-2 pitch to Hernandez. Tap back to the mound. Gamboa to first, and the inning is over. So Hernandez got a piece of it to try and put it in play, but it ended up being a 1-3 putout. The Lancers pick up a run on a hit. 1 error. It was a big error. They strand 2 runners. We will head to the 4th inning. It is 2-1 Lancers. Pitch by Descalso to start the 4th inning is lifted into right field. Ing underneath it, and he'll put it away. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Ryan Clancy flies out to right. He is now 0 for 2, and that'll bring up Brian Chase. Top of the 4th here from Higgins Field.
The way he's talking about it, if he gets off his job,
Chris Filios on the phone with his agent now, next to me. First pitch is a strike to Brian Chase.
I don't know, because he said that
Chris, I think, is
he wants to be in a position
talking about possibly signing straight into the NBA right out of high school. Of course, we kid with Chris.
in the money situation.
It's easy to kid with Chris, especially when he doesn't know we're talking about him. 1-1 pitch to Chase. 2-1.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I don't recall it. Well, it would. Don't know. So, I talked to Mrs. Montgomery.
That one's over the outside corner. 2-2 now.
Yeah, she was here on campus.
Brian Chase. Brian struck out in the first inning. He is 0 for 1. So Descalso gave up the solo home run in the first. That one is right over the outside corner of the plate, strike 3. So Chase strikes out for the 2nd time today. And that'll bring out Robbie Kedenich. Kedenich, the 3rd baseman.
So when he gets
Is 0 for 1. Robbie also struck out his first time up. So, as I was saying, Descalso, after giving up the solo home run, really is bared down. He's only given up the single to David Abraham. And then he proceeded to pick off Abraham in the 2nd inning. Also walked Eric Thames, but that was a tough AB calls-wise for Descalso and the home plate umpire. 1-1 to Thames. That one's fouled back. 1-2.
Larry Brown's gonna be next coach. Matt Doherty. Yeah, they did.
1-2. Just missed. Maybe a little high, as 7 of the 8 position players for St. Francis jumped off the field as if they were strike 3. Now they can do it for real as Kedenich is out on strikes for the second time. 3 up, 3 down for the Bells in the 4th. It's 2-1 St. Francis. We'll be back. 7-8-9 for the Lancers here in the home half of the 4th inning. Want to take a look at the WCAL standings coming into this game. St. Francis parked in the number 2 hole, right behind Sarah at 5-0. You see Bellarmine at 2-2-1, tied with Valley Christian. Long puts a bunt in the air and it rolls foul. Was a good idea, but it just did roll foul off the grass. Oh, and 1 to Long. Curveball swung on and missed. 0-2. Long singled in the second inning. He is 1 for 1. Pitcher misses low and outside. That one is hitting the right field. In comes Clancy, and he is there to make the catch. So Long flies out to right as Ryan Clancy got a good jump on the ball. Was able to make the put out. That'll bring up Ryan Lee. Lee responsible for one of the 2 Lancer runs as he hit a sacrifice fly into right field in the second inning, picking up the first RBI of the game for St. Francis. Pitch grounded towards third. Up with it is the third baseman, Kedenich, and he throws on time, or in time rather, to first base. Quickly 2 away here in the 4th.
Yep.
How to bring up Steve Shields, former goalie for the Sharks. I'm sure he's never heard that before. Pitch misses low. Shields is 0 for 1. Flew out to center field his first time up. Pitch is fisted into right center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Clancy over there to try and cut it off, and they run into each other. Shields never hesitated around first, and he's into second with a double. Good hustle by Shields as he had double on his mind from the crack of the bat. And when the center fielder Clancy, or when the right fielder Clancy and the center fielder Cole ran into each other, it gave Shields plenty of time to get into second. Take a look at the replay. A little bit of a love tap in right center field. Shields will have a seat as number 3, Ross Garcia, will pinch run for Shields. How to bring up Kyle Spraker. Spraker is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and grounded out in the third. Pitch misses low. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Make that the bottom of the 4th. One-0 pitch. That one's lined in the left field. Thames coming in. He can't get it. It catches it on a hop. Rounding third is Garcia. He is going to be safe at the plate. Spraker takes a wide turn at second as Gary Cunningham is going to have a word with the home plate umpire. As it was a close play at the plate, and Gary might have a beef here because I thought the throw and the runner arrived at the same time. It was a good throw by Thames as he had to dive to get the ball and still get up in time to make the throw to the plate. So the Lancers pick up a run on the RBI single by Spraker. He goes to second on the throw. Take a look at the replay. And, ooh, you're out of there, Mr. Garcia. So the Lancers catch a break. That'll bring up Danny Descalso. Descalso today is 1 for 2, and a good block by Bennett behind the plate. So an RBI for Spraker. Take a look at the replay one more time.
Those gals.
So Spraker got called out at third, and a lot of people here in the Lancer crowd were screaming makeup call. Descalso grounds it to second. Abraham checks the label and throws him out. So Descalso is retired. He is 1 for 3, but the Lancers pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors. They'll strand a runner. We'll head to the 5th inning, 3-1 St. Francis. Top of the 5th inning. We'll see David Abraham, Mike Bennett, and Michael Glomb for the Bells. Abraham today is 1 for 1. He singled in the 2nd inning and then was picked off. Pitch to Abraham, misses low and away. Pitch by Descalso. That one is lifted into shallow center field. Could be a tough play. In comes Ing and right, and he speeds in to make the catch. So Abraham is 1 for 2 as a good play by Lawrence Ing as he hustled in and made the putout. That'll bring up Mike Bennett. Mike the catcher struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. First pitch curveball misses in the dirt. Pitch is popped up again into shallow center. This time, Spraker calls for it, and he's got it. So quickly 2 away. Spraker, 7 in a row put down. Correction by Descalso, not Spraker. Be pretty talented if it was the shortstop putting everybody out, but Descalso getting himself into a groove. They'll bring up Glomb. Glomb flew out to the first baseman in the 2nd inning, or correction, in the 3rd inning. A good play by Lieberman as he went after the foul ball down the line. Just misses the outside corner. 1-1 now, correction, not 0-2. Should be 0-2, but that's just my personal opinion. Descalso winds 1-1. Curveball just misses again. 2-1.
I'm just joking. Number 3 out there running around.
2-1 pitch. Foul back. 2-2. Chris Filios that time didn't dive into my lap. Thanks for that. Never gonna let you live that one down. Yeah. 2-2. Descalso winds. Pitch on the way to Glomb. Fouled just out of the glove of Shields.
Let's go, Shield, huh?
Still 2-2 to Glomb. Descalso winds, pitch on the way. That one, oh.
Good pitch, Danny.
Apparently hit the glove too loudly, is what that was. Descalso goes for a little walk around the mound. 3-2 pitch, fouled away.
Kerchunk.
Take a look at the replay of that last strike. Or non-strike.
Oh,
Ooh, sit down. 3-2 on the way to Glom one more time. And he walked him. That'll bring up Eric Thames. Thames is 0 for 1. He flew out and walked. He then stole second and was stranded there. Glom at first, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. As some ominous skies about ready to roll in overhead. Could get a little wet here soon. Pitch misses high to Thames. Glom with good speed over at first. But down 2 runs. I don't know if Gary Cunningham, with 2 outs here in the inning, would want to take a chance. Although he does have his leadoff hitter up, so wouldn't be the worst thing if he has to lead off next inning. Pitch is swung on and missed to Thames. 1-1. Curveball fouled away. 1-2 now to Thames. Another check of Glom at first. One-two to Thames. Fouled away. Still 1-2.
About the 5th. Bottom half of the 5th. No. Baltimore. How about that Baltimore? Flurry.
Another throw to first.
Yeah, it was awesome. Greatest scene ever.
Another throw. Really worried about Glom over at first base. Even though it is 1-2 on Thames with 2 outs in the inning. Curveball misses high. 2-2 now. Descalso looking for his 8th strikeout of the game. Pitch grounded back to the mound. Descalso catches the top of his leap and tosses on to first to retire the side. No runs or hits, no errors, 1 man left at the end of 4 1/2. It is 3-1 St. Francis. Josh Lansford to lead things off for St. Francis. Lansford, Ing, and Lieberman for the Lancers in this inning. First pitch by Juan Gamboa is outside. Gamboa out for his 5th inning of work. Has been touched up for 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 8 hits for St. Francis. Pitch is fisted towards short. Glom has it. 1 away. Lansford not happy with that one. That'll bring up Lawrence Ing. So Lansford today is 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning. He was intentionally walked with 2 outs, and the Lancers got a little rally going and ended up scoring his run. So bit of a backfire, I guess you could say, for Gary Cunningham and company from the Bells. 0-1 to Lawrence Ing. Pitch low and in. That ball is hit deep into left field, going over his Thames. He's got it, as they had Ing played perfectly on that one, as Thames had him played to pull, and Ing did just that as he lines out to left. So hit that one well, but right at Thames. So 2 away, that'll bring up Lieberman. First pitch misses outside.
You are on TV. Keep waving.
Pitch low, 2-0. I need to calm down the children sitting behind me. 3-0 now to Lieberman. Apparently with nobody on and 2 outs, he is a huge threat to go deep and do some serious damage, as none of these pitches have been close. Walks him on 4 straight. That'll bring up Dan Hernandez. Hernandez today is 1 for 2.
Now batting designated hitter, Dan Hernandez.
Right at the middle, Danny.
Hernandez singled and has tapped back to the mound. So Lieberman gets his lead off of first. Pitch to Hernandez, misses outside. Throw to first. Lieberman back. That one's in, 1-1. Curveball lifted into shallow right. Clancy was playing deep. Now Abraham gives way to Clancy, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs or hits or errors. 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the 6th inning. It is 3-1 St. Francis. Top half of the 6th inning about ready to get underway. 2, 3, and 4 for the Bells. So a big inning here for St. Francis. This is the inning that the Bells will try and make a bit of a run. Cameron Cole leads things off. Cole is 1 for 2. He hit a home run in the 1st inning and flew out to center field in the 3rd. just low, 2-0. That one just misses the outside corner. So not the way you want to start things off if you're Danny Descalso. A pitch away from walking the leadoff batter. 3-0 right there, 3-1. Kevin Smith on deck, followed by Ryan Clancy here in the top of the 6th. St. Francis and Bellarmine. One's tapped down the third baseline, foul. One of the best rivalries in the CCS for sure. Descalso winds, pitch to Cole. Little low, and he walked him. So there's that leadoff walk. Pitch to Smith is fouled out of play.
Just jumped it, man.
Chris Felios again jumps in my lap, even though that one's nowhere near us. It's getting a little old now, son. All right? Exciting, but old. 0-1 to Smith. Smith today is 0 for 1, as it's getting fairly brisk out here. Sun is now completely hidden behind the clouds, rolling in overhead. That one is fisted in the left field. That'll fall in there, a base hit. More like off the end of the bat instead of off the fist, but nevertheless effective.
Is it the one we were at?
As two guys on and nobody out to start the inning here for the Bells. That'll bring up Ryan Clancy. Ryan, the right fielder today, the cleanup hitter for Bellarmine. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the first and flew out in the 4th. And now Gary Cunningham, as he is prone to do, will begin to make quite a few changes. As he knows he wants to make a change, so he called time to check out the card and eventually will make said change. 20 for 21, in case you're keeping score at home, and I hope you are. So number 20, that'll be Peter Healy, will pinch run at first base. Healy, 6 foot, a junior, has no stolen bases on the season, and a pickoff play goes very wrong and into center field. That'll move the runners up both into scoring position. And now 2 men on and nobody out, but they're both in scoring position. The Lancers have the corners in. And now Chris Volta will come take a trip to the mound to talk to Danny Descalso. So the pickoff play was wrong from the get-go, as Moretti either was late breaking over there or didn't know the play was going on, and then he did break, and Descalso threw it to where he was and well behind him. So Volta will have a chat with his ace. Two on, nobody out, as the error could be huge. One and 0 to Clancy. Pitch grounded through into left field, a base hit. Scoring is the runner at third, Cole, and holding is Healy. An RBI hit for Clancy. Take a look at the replay. It was a solid base hit in the left field. So Healy holds at third. Clancy now at first. Back-to-back hits off of Descalso. As there you take a look. Warming up in the bullpen for St. Francis is number 21, Chris Myers. Descalso fakes the third. This is a pinch hitter for Bellarmine, as Brian Hewitt will pinch hit for Chase. That one's a strike. So 0-1 to Brian Hewitt. Hewitt, left-handed batter, number 25, stands very close to the plate. Lancers in double play depth up the middle will concede the tying run to turn two. Another throw to first. Not the best looking play, but Lieberman knocks it down. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Bellarmine. Pitch to Hewitt, curveball misses away. 1-1. Scoreboard says 2-1, but it is 1-1. Oh, it is 2-1. I'm an idiot. Pitch to Hewitt, misses way up high. 3-1 now. Getting a little brisk out here. Getting a little brisk. Wind starting to pick up heavily now towards center field. That one's in. It gets past the catcher Shields. Here comes the runner. The throw. And he's safe. He missed him with the tag. The throw beat him. Descalso was there, but the tag was just a little off. Take a look at the replay, as Shields did a good job getting to it. And no tag, and a good call by the home plate umpire. Healy scores. It's a tie ball game. The walk to Hewitt, as it was ball 4. And now runners at first and second. Nobody out for Robbie Kedenich. Kedenich today has struck out twice. An obvious bunt situation here for the Bellarmine Bells, as there's nobody out and 2 runners on, first and second. Descalso comes set. Kedenich squares to bunt, and he takes a strike. Kedenich squares to bunt again and puts it foul. Now 0-2. So Kedenich should be interesting to see if Gary Cunningham puts the bunt on again. You would imagine he will. Kedenich hasn't had great success against Descalso today. As I mentioned, he struck out twice. Abraham on deck. Kedenich squares. Doesn't look like he's going to keep it there. He pulls it back, takes the ball. 1-2. One and two to Kedenich. Curveball got him swinging. The runners will advance. No need to throw to first, but the runners move up 90 feet. And it is, as Chris Filios and Mike Motil sitting behind me point out, it is as good as a sacrifice bunt, which Kedenich could not do. Starting to lightly drizzle, and the sun is out. It keeps getting better. Here's Abraham with a chance to really do some damage. Takes a strike. The Lancers bring the infield in, as the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
We're on TV.
One away. Pitch to Abraham. Curveball outside corner. 0-2 and a big pitch right there for Descalso. Now he's got Abraham where he wants him. Difficult situation to be in, especially if you're Steve Shields behind the plate. You need to be strong on anything in the dirt. Don't let it get past and get that out at first base. 0-2. High and outside. Mike Bennett is on deck. Bennett today is 0-2, but he has been replaced in the on-deck circle by Conan Zhu. Descalso sets 1-2 on the way to Abraham. Swung and he missed. He struck him out with a high fastball. That'll bring up Michael. No, it will not bring up Michael Bennett, as I mentioned and then forgot about. Here is Conan Zhu. So Zhu will hit for Bennett. A left-handed batter. The Lancers back up on the infield. Now 2 outs. Still not out of the woods. Pitch is low. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Everyone did it!
Descalso has really bared down. And has gotten 2 outs in a row via the strikeout. And he wants to close out the Bells, only giving up the 2 runs. Pitch to Zhu. Miss low.
Where's
2-1 pitch. 3-1. On deck is Michael Glom. Glom today is 0 for 1. He walked.
Go, Scouts, come on!
3-1 pitch. Curveball. 3-2.
Wow.
Bellarmine fans didn't like it. Lancer fans knew it was a strike from the get-go. Zhu yet to take the bat off of his shoulder. Three-two pitch. Got him with the heat. Zoo strikes out, and the Lancers give up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 big error. We will head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is now a tie ball game, 3-3. Matt Long to lead things off for St. Francis. It is now a tie ball game, 3-3.
Come on, Matt Long.
First pitch to Long is high and outside for ball 1. Matt today is 1 for 2. He singled in the 2nd inning and flew out to right in the 4th. The Lancers have 7, 8, 9 due up this inning, with Ryan Lee on deck. Squares the bunt, takes the ball, 2-0. A lot like St. Francis didn't want to do last inning, the Bells don't want to walk the leadoff hitter also. It's 2-0 to Long. And that one's way outside, 3-0. And this persists. I don't think it'll take Gary Cunningham very long to get Gamboa out of the game. He has pitched pretty well. He's given up 3 runs. As I mentioned, only 2 of them earned. Has been touched up for quite a few hits, 8 hits overall. 8 hits in 5 innings. .30 pitch is in there. Automatic strike. .3-1. That one's in there again. 3-2.
Let's go, Matt. Hit touchdown.
Ross D'Alba warming up for St. Francis in the bullpen. Pitch grounded through the hole into right field, a base hit. And under the glove of the right fielder, Clancy. Long can run well. He's rounding second. He's on his way to third. The throw is going to be high and not in time. So the right fielder, Clancy, looked as if he wanted to try and throw out Long at first, and he is not happy with himself. So a single and a 2-base error on the outfielder, Clancy. Take a look at the replay, as for some reason he fielded this as though somebody was trying to score and he was going to throw him out. And nobody knows that more than Ryan. He is not happy with himself right now in right field. And he did make a very strong throw to third base. I must say, that throw kind of surprised me. It looked like it was going to be well late, but it was closer than we thought. So Ryan Lee will step in. Lee is 0 for 1. He hit a sacrifice fly and drove in a run in the 2nd inning, and that very thing will do the Lancers a whole world of good right now, as a sac fly would score the go-ahead run here in the 6th. Gamboa pitches to Lee, up high, ball 1. As the sun is now out again. Pitch to Lee. That one's off the end of the bat into shallow center. I don't know if that's going to be long enough. Long is going to tag, and he's going to try it. The throw is not a very good one, and the Lancers take the lead on the sacrifice fly to right center field. So Lee didn't get a whole lot of it. It was a shallow pop-up into right center, but it was long enough. And the Lancers have taken the lead right back from the Bells. It's 4-3. And now Fob Angelo, who was on deck, just in case Lee couldn't get the job done, will have a seat, and Steve Shields will come up and hit for himself. I think that's going to be it for Juan Gamboa, and it will be. So he gives up a run here in the 6th, no fault of his own. 4-3 St. Francis. We'll take a quick break and be back here on KMVT. New pitcher for the Bellarmine Bells. And the first pitch to Shields is high for a ball. The new pitcher is Dan Camozzi Hamosi, the left-hander. Pitch to Shields. That one's fouled away.
I did. Do you hold it down?
Trust yourself, Steve-O. That'll be
I held it down for the whole pitch.
1-1. That one is a little low. No correction, that was a strike. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Throw to first is in time to get Shields, and he is recorded on strikes.
Oh, hey, it worked.
Now batting for St. Francis shortstop.
I think he had to be on the side.
Breaker.
That'll bring up Kyle Spraker. Spraker today is 2 for 3. First pitch is low. Pitch is lifted into center field. Under it is the center fielder for the Bells, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So not after St. Francis picks up a run on one hit, a big error by the Bells. At the end of 6, it is 4-3 St. Francis.
How many hits this go?
Bottom half, or correction, top half of the 7th inning as they finally changed the scoreboard for me. It's a good thing, or I'd be completely lost. Michael Glom to lead things off for the Bells, and his job is to get on base against Danny Descalso. That one's a strike. That one misses in. 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. 2-2.
It's catchy like every motion out there, man.
2-2 pitch. High. Three-two pitch on the way to Glom, and a big pitch here. Foul out of play.
All right. You're killing me. We're 5-7.
3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play again. Heads up, Chris. Still 3-2 to Glom. You did a better job that time of staying in there. I'm proud of you.
Scotty! Oh, could have killed me.
3-2 pitch. Walked him. So a big first pitch, or a first base runner on base for Bellarmine with nobody out.
Get it out. Get it out, Steve.
How to bring up Thames. Eric Thames. Runner going. No, he doesn't go. Thames today is 0 for 2. He walked in the 3rd inning and stole a base. Throw to first.
Banging a couple times.
Another throw to first. Pitch to Thames. Curveball lifted into deep right center field. Back goes Long. He's at the track. It's off the top of the wall. On his way to third is Glom. He's being waved around and he'll score. Into third is Thames with a triple. Hit that ball to the deepest part of the yard in right center field rather, the 370 mark, and it bounced at the base of the wall. Take a look at the replay. Thames hit that very well. Long didn't have a shot to get it, as Glom never hesitated around the bases. He scored easily, and Thames ended up at third. So the walk results immediately in the game's tying run, and the go-ahead run, Eric Thames is on third with nobody out. That'll bring up Cameron Cole, infield in for the Lancers. Disc also steps off, as Chris Myers again begins to warm up, along with Mike Groley now for the Lancers. First curveball by Descalso misses high.
Huh? Take it back, right?
1-0 to Cole. High again, 2-0. Loses Cole, probably will be the last batter for Descalso. Two-0 pitch. Ooh, chased ball three. 86 miles an hour on the gun. Good reading by Chris Felios. Two 2-1, curveball, that's in there. 2-2. Cole. Didn't like the call. And kind of smiled at the umpire. Anything close here, you got to think you might have to swing now. Descalso sets 2-2. Swung and he missed. He struck him out. Big breath by Descalso. So once again, the St. Francis Bellarmine rivalry produces another classic game. That'll bring up Kevin Smith. Kevin today is 1 for 2. He walked, struck out, and singled. One 1-0 to Smith. That's in there. 1-1 to Smith. Descalso sets again, pitch. Curveball fouled away, 1-2. Descalso wants that same baseball. Another strikeout would be huge. 1-2, Descalso comes set. Pitch to Smith. Fouled straight back and about a centimeter away from swinging right through it, but he did just get a piece of it. Smith was right on it. Scalzo looks in, gets the sign from Shields. 1-2 on the way. Curveball grounded towards second. Moretti checks the runner and throws to first. And an interesting decision, I believe, by Eric Thames. That ball was not hit directly at Jack Moretti. Moretti had to move to his left and was really backing up on the ball. It would have been very close if Thames would have broken on contact and come to the plate. But nonetheless,
We got a fastball. We got one of his fastballs.
a big out for St. Francis. And now Ryan Clancy. Clancy, a tough out. Throw to third. And a dangerous play. Caught by Lansford. Descalso now from the windup. Pitch. Bunt. Popped up. Shields is on it. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Steve Shields, a very nice play. Got rid of the mask quickly and was able to put the third out into his catcher's mitt. So the Lancers get out of a huge jam thanks to a nice play by the catcher. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a man left. We'll head to the 7th inning. Top of the order for the Lancers. 4-4. Correction, it is 2-3-4 for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still the heart of the order. Danny Descalso will lead things off. Josh Lansford is on deck. Bottom of the 7th inning. 1 run here will end it. Pitch to Descalso. That's a curveball that misses high. As Dan Camozzi, the left-hander, the junior, on the mound still for the Bells. 1-1 low. Take a look at the line. 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors by the Bells. 2 big errors by the Bells. 4 runs on 9 hits and 1 big error by St. Francis. All the errors have been costly in this game. Descalso was looking to end it with that swing and swang through it. Two. That one is grounded towards second. Robinson on a couple of hops. Throws to first in plenty of time to get Descalso. And there's 1 away. Now Josh Lansford will step up. Lansford is obviously the most dangerous hitter in the Lancer lineup. He is 0 for 2 today. He has been walked intentionally with nobody on once already. I don't know if you want to do that here, but they will back up the outfielders just to be certain. So they align the defense how they like it. The third baseman is right behind the bag, down the third base line. And that one is raked in the left field, a base hit. Thames over to cut it off, and he bobbles it. Lansford just now notices, and he is on his way to second base. So Lansford they're going to appeal, I believe, to first to make sure that he touched the bag, but the umpire already says he did. So Lansford is into second. I'm going to have to give it a single and an error because Thames was over there in plenty of time, and he bobbled the throw, or correction, bobbled the grounder. Take a look at the replay as it scoots by him, and now they will intentionally walk Lawrence Ing, and it'll be Jonathan Lieberman. So Gary Cunningham out to the mound. To talk to his junior left-hander. Lansford is at second, Ing is at first, but Lansford is the only runner that counts right now. Lawrence Ing at first. His one goal is basically to let Josh score whatever happens. The conference at the mound has broken up. And Lieberman will step up. Lieberman today, 1 for 1. He has walked twice and singled in the second. He scored in the second inning. And now more confusion by the Bell defense, making sure they're aligned properly. Lancer, good speed at second base. He doesn't fly, but he's no slouch.
How are we going to boot this one?
Lieberman takes the ball low and away. On deck is Danny Hernandez. Ing has to be careful at first. I want the Bells to pull off something tricky and get himself picked off. Pitch to Lieberman, low and away, 2-0.
What are they bringing this for?
2-0 to Lieberman. The pitch. That one's grounded towards second. Could be two. Second for one. The relay is in time, and they roll him up. So the hit and the error does not hurt the Bells. No runs on one hit, one error. They strand a runner. We'll head to the 8th inning, 4-4. Chris Myers, the new pitcher for St. Francis.
What?
First pitch is a ball to Brian Chase. That pitch swung on and missed. Chase today is 0 for 2, struck out twice. Pitch by Myers, that's in there, 1-2.
Hey, are the shells that biodegradable?
Myers works quickly, 1-2. Inside, 2-2.
Just beat inside.
Sun's out,
Beautiful day.
but it's cold.
It's all of 11 degrees out.
Ball's tapped towards third and a foul ball.
Bringing it.
I think I got work. Does that sound about right on the last bit?
55. Is that a truck stop? For a truck stop up there. Double nickel.
2-2. Grounded towards third and foul again.
$50. He's gotta be throwing harder than that, isn't he?
Going off speed.
Still 2-2 to Chase. Pitch. Curveball again, grounded foul.
Consistent. Say that for you.
Two. Swung and he missed. That was another slider.
He put a little more on that.
He threw him 5 in a row. And Chris Titchener will pinch hit for the Bells. Titchener can fly. Lancer to be aware at third.
This guy's all close.
Pitched by Myers. Fastball. That's low and inside corner. 0-1.
He's got the 54-mile-an-hour fastball to go with the 54-mile-an-hour.
Second pitch misses away.
Took a little off that one.
1-1 to Tichenor. That's a strike. One and two. Pitch by Myers. Fastball just missed the inside corner.
Get out of here.
2-2. Lifted softly into shallow right. Descalso now playing second. Trots out and makes the catch. 2 away, and that'll bring up David Abraham. Abraham today is 1 for 3. He singled, was picked off at first, and struck out once and flew out once. First pitch by Myers. Fastball ripped fair down the right field line. Abraham is on his way to second. We'll see if they test it. They will. Descalso has got a cannon to third. Goodbye. And he is safe. They call him safe. I guess he finished him with the tag. The throw was a little off to the right. It was in plenty of time. As we'll take a look at the replay. It was dug out of the corner rather nicely by Ing, although he did bobble just a little bit. And here's the play at third. Ooh, tough to tell from that angle. Josh Lansford thinks he got him. Chris Bradford doesn't like the call. So the Bells, from where Chris Bradford was sitting, catch a break. Pitch to Bennett is low. And now Steve Shields behind the dish has to be very aware. Of any balls in the dirt. 1-0. Then that one gets by him. And here comes the runner. And he got him at the plate. Wow. Myers loses his shoe. Take a look at the replay this time. The third base coach for the Bells doesn't like it. And it looked like Myers got his shoe taken off because he was blocking the plate. And a good play by Chris Myers and the Lancers. Whew, a couple of anxious moments here at Higgins Field. Still 4-4. Back for the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll take one more look, slow motion, the last play that ended the 7th. Correction, it ended the top half of the 8th. As you see Myers sticking that left foot out, and he never did get to the plate. So Danny Hernandez will lead things off for the Lancers.
Go Herd!
1-0 to Hernandez. Danny today, as I flip my sheet over, is 1 for 3. Fouled back, 1-1. Matt Long waits on deck.
Give the triple.
Great swing, Dan. Great swing.
Waiting on that.
Keep riding the ball. Perfect.
1-1 pitch. That one's poured in there.
Fastball hitter.
I just got excited seeing that one coming. And Hernandez scoffs at the opportunity. 1-2. Missed the outside corner. 2-2.
Maybe the metal.
Fouled back.
Maybe need a free review. Throw your hand in front of it.
2-2 to Hernandez. That one's hit deep in center field, but the center fielder will have plenty of room and will make the catch. So Cole did a nice job. Didn't overreact and parked underneath it to make the catch. Now Matt Long will step in. Long today is 2 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th. First pitch slider is a strike. Long singled in the 6th inning, and the error allowed him to go to 3rd.
Come on, Matty. Slap one right down that third base line, boy.
Oh, one pitch. That one skips in about 58 feet away from the mound.
I need a jump shot right down that third base line.
1-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner.
Come on, Matty. Go backside with one, boy.
1-2. High and outside, 2-2. Camozzi didn't like the way that one ended up. Takes a little walk. And gets the ball back from his catcher. The Bells have already had a game called because of darkness. I don't think that's going to be a problem here tonight. We still got quite a bit of time, I think. Ball's grounded towards second, Abraham. Bobbles, stays with it though nicely, and gets Matt Long at first base. 2 away now, and that'll bring up Ryan Lee. Lee is 0 for 1 with 2 sacrifice flies and 2 RBIs. Shields waits on deck. 4-4 is the score. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Squares to bunt and pushes it foul. Squares to bunt, but it almost ended up like a solidly hit ground ball as he did not kill it at all.
Soft hand, soft hand.
0-1 to Lee. Pitch. That one is in there as a ball. One. Swing and a miss to the high fastball.
Trying to handle Larry on the mound.
1-2. Inside. 2-2.
22. Yeah, corner.
That one is fisted into right field and down for a base hit.
Yeah. He's learned his lesson.
So a base hit for Lee with 2 strikes, and now a pinch hitter for St. Francis is Fob Angelo will pinch hit. Angelo played basketball this year for St. Francis. Fob this year is hitting .250. He has 2 hits and 8 at-bats, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Lee with decent speed at first. You might see him try and steal one here to get himself into scoring position. Although Camozzi, the lefty, might have a good move. We haven't seen it yet. Angelo takes a ball high. It's a dicey situation to steal off of a lefty, especially when you haven't seen his move yet. One out to Angelo. That one's up and in. Fob ducks out of the way. 2-0.
saying?
Chris Bradford with the very deceptive sign to Angelo of put the bat out there, fake to bunt, and pull it back. And look at here. That one's high, off the glove of the catcher. Lee's moving up 90 feet to second base.
Go, Bobby!
3-0 to Angelo.
There, he's swinging.
Angelo will be taking in this situation. And he walked him 4 straight. And now we'll flip the sheet back over to the top of the order. Spraker is 2 for 3. A base hit here would be a very close play at the plate. The outfielders for the Bellarmine Bells, from what I've seen, with the exception of Cole, who wasn't impressive on his one attempt to the plate, have good arms. Thames, in my opinion, is playing awfully deep in left field. So Clancy is playing a decent position in right. Cole is okay in center. And now Thames moves in a little bit as he realizes he's going to have to try and throw somebody out here on a single. Pitch to Spraker in the dirt, and a good block by Bennett. Danny Descalso on deck. 4-4, we're in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. One 0 pitch, and then they're 2-0. Camozzi has not been close on the last 6. He walked Angelo on 4 straight, and is in the whole 2-0 to Spraker. I don't know if Spraker is going to be taking here. He can put the bat on the ball for sure. Chris Bradford might let him try and win it if it's there. 2-0 pitch. That one curves in, and it's 2-1, and a good play there by the catcher Bennett, calling for the curveball because the fastball obviously is a little off. So when one pitch isn't working, call something else. Get confidence back up for your pitcher. So 2-1 to Spraker, and the Bells were thinking the same thing. They weren't going to just put one in there for Kyle to tee off on one.
Go, Kyle!
2-1 pitch. Curveball misses way high. 3-1. Camozzi sets. Pitch to Spraker, line in the left center field, a base hit. Lee's rounding the bases. It's underneath the outfielder Thames, and it's over. Spraker hit it on the nose. I don't think Thames was going to have a play at Lee anyway. It wasn't hit right at him, and this ball game is over as that ball was raked into left field. Lee was rounding third, and he was going to be uncontested anyway, I believe, as it got underneath Thames to begin with, making it not close at all. Not even a throw got off by Thames. So a great game by both teams, as the Lancers had the lead, gave up the lead twice, as the Bells were resilient in coming back. But in the end, it was too much St. Francis as the Lancers improved to 14-3. The Bells fall to 8-6-1. Take a look at the final line score. 5 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for St. Francis, 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors for the Bells. Thanks to everybody here on our KMVT crew. Did another outstanding job with the weather elements, as fun as they were. It wasn't an enjoyable game to stand or sit through, but they did a great job. Robin Frank, Esther Jaquez, and Josh Young. Thanks to producer director Lazar Sargenides, who needs to smile a little more, in my opinion. Thanks to everybody on the KMVT crew. Thanks for joining us. This has been another KMVT Sports presentation. We'll see you next time.